welcome back. It's 2025 and it's been 6 months since I last published anything, which has been quite some time if you think about it. I wanted to say Happy New Year everyone, because I haven't done that yet. About a year ago I published a video called Mission 2024, and I talked about how I'd been at the union for a year and the kinds of projects that I was working on at the time. It was a bit waffly. I was very ambitious and hopeful about a couple of projects that hadn't yet come to fruition or didn't come to fruition last year. The documentary project I talked about, I'm in the final stages with now, still working with Tom Colborne and a number of participants and collaborators that are going to help us just finish the final details on this, and then we'll be able to get some viewings together, which is really exciting. So that's going to be in the pipeline in the next few months, but we're aiming to finish our final shots and sequences in the next few weeks. We've been working with some really interesting elements such as green screen, keying, masking, forced perspective that has forced us to kind of push our boundaries in our own experiences of filmmaking, and in a way it's felt like the final boss of this documentary project. I'm kind of glad we've left some of the second unit stuff until the end, as we've now got almost fully fleshed out features for each of the episodes, minus some of the most crucial yet chilling elements. I think some of these final elements that we're implementing are really bringing the story to life in a very conclusional way. Anyway, welcome back to my channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. So there's going to be plenty of stuff coming up this year, although perhaps less often. Last year I was putting stuff out every day. I was doing short form content most days, and then once or twice a week doing like a live stream or something along those lines, publishing a video or two. Most of it was live improvised jams, which is cool, it's great fun. I put loads of stuff out on Apple Music, Spotify and other popular streaming services. So if you enjoyed any of it, there's loads you can check out there, and make sure you do. I'll be honest, over the winter break I haven't really done that much music. I've definitely been rehearsing and practicing and jamming away, but I haven't published anything, I haven't done anything live. I spent some time catching up with friends and doing a bit of Battlefront 2, old school Battlefront 2, modding, Skyrim, Star Wars, Empire at War. It's definitely nice to do something a bit more relaxing and different. Been at the Cambridge Union for 2 years now, which has been awesome. I've loved it. The variety has really kept me on my toes, but there's been loads to enjoy. I've done a lot of the camera work for most of the stuff you see on YouTube on the Cambridge Union channel, including the editing and some of the admin stuff as well. I do also work there as an events technician, so when there's corporate events or functions outside of the term calendar, I assist with those as well when it comes to microphones, video, presentations, or anything audio-visual. So that keeps me very busy from day to day, week to week. I've got to admit, I'm very lucky to work with such a wonderful team of people. Although I've been there for a couple of years now and things have chopped and changed, it's been really good to get my teeth into some solid experience with AV equipment, managing a department, equipment and resources, as well as making sure that all the functions we deliver are of a professional standard. I'm also very lucky to have a number of people that help me when it comes to the term events. There's an AV team within the committee that also help me out and cover me when I'm not available, so that's absolutely fantastic, and those guys are excellent. They work really hard. Aside from that, I've found myself getting a little bit political here and there, what with the state of things in the world and how crazy things are at the moment. So it's important to remember not to get too heated with those things, no matter how emotional or involved we feel. But at the same time, it has taught me to take a deeper look into both sides of a lot of these overarching scenarios that we see play out. And it's also important to have an open mind to prevent yourself going down a particular rabbit hole or echo chamber of thinking. I've caught myself, and I'm sure a number of my friends have caught me, with some particular opinions that then I've had to look into and subsequently have changed my opinion when you look at the facts. But it's also important to play devil's advocate sometimes, because it's too easy to become defensive about an opinion that you might not understand. I have to be aware of any overt political opinions that I have, given the kinds of people that I cross paths with in my line of work. It's important to show respect to anyone of any political background, given that I might be working with them in such a neutral capacity when it comes to recording video, audio, miking people up, especially when it comes to high-profile speakers. So there's an important amount of respect I must show. I must be completely unbiased and facilitate the experience as professionally as possible. I just see that as doing my job and being lucky to work with these people and see different perspectives on very important matters. So why didn't I publish anything for about 6 months? Well, I'd made some pretty twattish decisions over the years. I haven't always been amazing with managing finances. I mean, I've done and accomplished some pretty interesting things, but as a result, I had to hold back towards the end of last year, focus more on work and filling any gaps in my work with extra work where possible, and in some cases had to sell some of my equipment and resources, stuff that I didn't use as much, including my video switcher, which, to be honest, was more of a luxury if I think about it, in terms of how I use all this setup, how I record, edit and all the rest of it. So, you know, I just have to go old school, use SD cards and hard drives rather than have everything nicely synchronized and 7 cameras or whatever. But so it's no biggie, and I'm sure, you know, many people can relate when it comes to financial pinches and having to make various sacrifices, especially if you've got production gear or expensive things lying around that aren't absolutely essential. I've been quite unfortunate recently too, as well, as I had one of my, this lens had an issue. I busted the zoom mechanism on the lens. When I was doing an event, I accidentally forced the zoom mechanism a bit too hard and snapped it, and as a result there's a pin that holds the barrel into shape with the ring, so the motion interlocks, so the barrel was freely spinning, and the lens, I could retract and expand the barrel by physically pulling the elements, the barrels. So I opened it up, had a look, very carefully took it apart, and was gently able to reassemble the mechanism. After about 4 attempts, it managed to secure it nicely, and as a result, we have a working lens again. This year, I'm really hoping to get back on track with the music and getting out some more videos, maybe less quality over quantity, you know. So fingers crossed for that. I'm one of these people that can be really apathetic, but also really into something if, when it comes to music anyway, so like where I've been working on a few ideas and compositions, some of them I'm getting really into and working well with, and then others I kind of just get frustrated and dismissive, and I don't know whether that's a helpful thing or not, but I try not to let it stop me from practicing. But at the same time, I've been way more reserved about music, posting music, publishing music, and in some cases even developing new music. So I'm trying to get through this kind of, it's not a writer's block as such. Maybe I'm just being too dismissive and hard on myself when it comes to writing and ideas, and I just need a bit more time to get in the right headspace for putting some music together. So hopefully that will happen in the coming weeks and months. But also, in a way, I think it's good, you know, after about a year of just putting out loops and shite and having fun with it and seeing what's doable, what's possible, kind of refining the things I do. It's easy to also get really annoyed and fed up with it. I know a lot of other musicians and producers, like even Ollie, my friend Ollie Walsh, we get a setup, we get a particular way of working, and then after like 6 months you just get absolutely frustrated as hell with it, and you want to tear everything up and repatch it and start again. So there's been an element of that as well. I've kind of rerouted things and messed about with that, and actually picked some particular sounds and patches that I want to work with, rather than just sort of, yeah, let's see what happens and go wild. But the tricky thing is incorporating that with a looper in a way that isn't just repetitive and 4 bars, 8 bars, 16 bars over and over and over again, to try and have some dynamic compositional and arrangement elements that vary and, you know, is interesting, and it would be more fun and cool to do live, but that takes a lot of time. I need to start small and work from there. I'm hoping to do some more stuff with like found footage as well. You know, I love just filming random crap around the city, not just random crap or anything, but like, you know, things with a particular compositional eye in mind that just go really nicely with some chilled out music or something like that. So I might do some more of that lo-fi squirrel kind of stuff. Anyway, so that's Mission 2025. I hope I haven't yapped you all to sleep, and yeah, hopefully I'll catch you soon with some cool music and stuff. So yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do subscribe, like and subscribe. Love you all. Happy New Year. See you soon.